back. This is the Hollywood Entrepreneur Show. We've got a special guest joining us here today. PhD, JoQueta Handy. And of course we've got Alison, Larsen here with us, and Lorena, Stewart. But JoQueta Handy is here. And let me just tell you why she's here. Hollywood, once again, has really changed what we talk about, what we care about. I think we like to believe that we're not the product of good marketing, but people, we are. And I have seen something big kind of sweep through Hollywood, kind of sweep through mainstream media, and it's the topic of autism, and that is something that JoQueta is an expert on.
Very passionate about it.
And you're very passionate about it, and I don't know, is it as interesting for you as it is for me to see how this wasn't really out there very much? Maybe it was like Rain Man was kind of in the movies.
It was our first.
But it went a long time with not much, but then all of a sudden you see celebrities' kids being diagnosed as autistic, and all of a sudden foundations and nonprofits, and now it's kind of a big movement, and there's some people out there that are still even challenging it or debating it. I mean, what have you seen in the autistic world?
Well, we are at epidemic stages with autism.
Okay, tell me what that means. What does it take for it to be an epidemic?
A rapid growing amount of something. So in 1988, that was our first introduction in the media, Rain Man. With
so Dustin
autism.
Hoffman, he was like this autistic savant type character, right? The toothpicks fall on the floor, he knows how many is there. I mean, is that pretty true to an autistic person?
That was Hollywood.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
I mean, there are brilliant children. I just had a child in my office a couple of weeks ago. He built I'm in Orange County, California. He built the entire John Wayne Airport out of toothpicks on my floor in an hour.
Wow.
So
How old is he?
11.
11 years old?
Amazing.
Yes. So yes, there are, I always say children with autism are here to be our teachers. Yeah. They are here to teach us about our environment, about our food, about our vaccines, about the way that our mind works.
So let me ask you this. There's so many causes, there's always something terrible that happens in some foreign country. There's, HIV has been a big thing. Cancer, Susan Komen. I mean, there's just these huge causes.
Yes.
How is it that autism is getting so much airtime, movie time? It's so much a part of the script. What is it that changed? How did it get to be such a big thing?
Because it's 1 in 66 children right now are afflicted with autism. 1 in 33 boys. Wow. So it is our largest epidemic. I was talking with a senator last week, and he was saying he lives in an area where there's 23 homes, and there's 10 homes with 23 autistic children.
Wow.
So if you don't have autism personally in your life, you probably know someone with an autistic child.
Right, with numbers like that, it seems like you're probably directly affected.
Absolutely.
By family, friends, associations. Somehow, you probably know somebody that deals with this.
What is the catalyst to this epidemic? Because if it's an epidemic, there's always a cause or an underlying root. In your speculation, what would you say is contributing to the numbers?
I don't think it's any one thing because the big controversy is over vaccines, and it can become a very loaded topic when you talk about that. So you can find children out there who have autism who say, I didn't vaccinate my child, and my child has autism, so therefore it's not the vaccines. The way that I look at it, the genes load the gun. The environment pulls the trigger.
Okay. Oh, wow. I love how you said that.
Where do we see, when I was living in New York, you saw a lot of, entrepreneurial people, very business-minded people. They were having children later in life. We shouldn't become more toxic the older we get, but we do. 1 in 3 children with autism are born to parents 40 and over.
Wow.
So the genes load the gun, the environment pulls the trigger.
And what are some of the things in the environment you think is pulling the trigger?
Well, if we look at the trend of the epidemic, so it literally in research it says the sleeping giant awakens. The first case was diagnosed in 1933. It was a woman. And we didn't see any changes, a few, maybe one in a few 100,000. And it wasn't until in the 90s that we really, the late 80s, early 90s, that we really started to see this epidemic take off. What are some of the things we've changed in our environment? Well, we've changed our vaccine schedule. We've introduced GMOs. We've become a larger populated environment with more toxins just in the air.
So who are the people that are really waking us up to this? I mean, it seems like John Travolta, he has a kid that's autistic, that's gotten a lot of time.
We've got Jenny McCarthy.
Absolutely, and that's what I think is so wonderful about the celebrities. Yes, we could sit and argue forever. What's causing it? Maybe we never will come to an answer, but what are the celebrities doing? They're treating the children, they're recognizing the children who have it. And what can we do right now? Education is a huge piece of that. So Jenny McCarthy has very much come out with Generation Rescue from an autism platform. Kate Winslet is supporting it. One of my favorites, I'm a big country western music fan. So one of my favorites is Zach Brown. He donates a portion of every one of his concerts to special needs. And he started a camp. Not just, we talk about autism because that's the big trend, but it's all children that are living with learning challenges. And so he has started a camp for a summer camp for special needs children. So, I think that's what it's all about. We need to come together as a community. Our doctors, parents, teachers, professionals, we need to come together as a community, as a village. Each one of us bring a talent and to work with the children where they are right now.
So you obviously play a big role in this. This is a big part of your life. What are you doing to play a role in kind of this fight against autism?
My passion is seeing children be successful in the classroom. Right now, yes, autism is leading the pack, but 62% of our children are not graduating from high school.
Wow.
What does that mean for their life? That means that they are unemployable. And it's my opinion that they're not graduating because they can't, that because they're not being allowed to. We need to look at...
The system's rigged against them. It's not set up to really show their genius.
I think it's rigged against a lot of children. Our education system hasn't changed in over 100 years. But we are a technology-driven world right now. You see 2-year-olds who know how to operate an iPad, an iPhone, a computer. So we know that our children have different brains than my generation or the generation before me. But we haven't changed the way that we teach to them. What are they presented with? They're presented with rapid visual stimulation on a constant basis, but we still stand and lecture to them.
Well, and so here's something to think about too. Think about how much time these kids are spending in school. If you've got someone that's labeled as special needs or that has a problem, they go to school and they don't feel smart. They don't feel good about themselves. And I look at my kids and they have these reading groups, and you aren't supposed to know which one's the smart reading group and which one's not. But everybody knows. Everybody knows. So you're going to school for a large portion of your day feeling like you aren't good enough.
Exactly. And what does that carry with you? That seed is planted. And so I think it's looking at every child, seeing what are their strengths. We're all different. As adults, we choose our career around our strengths. How miserable would it be every day if you're going to a job that you hate and that's not around your strengths? And but why do we force our children to be well-rounded? So when we look at their strengths and we put those strengths back into their environment, so whether that's homeschool, whether that's working with them one-on-one in a typical school environment, that's what life's about.
You're listening to PhD JoQueta Handy, and she's talking about autism, the fight. Are we winning the fight? Have we crossed over the point where you can start? Are we gaining a little bit of ground here?
It's still at epidemic stages.
It's still at epidemic stages. So we appreciate the celebrities are getting involved in this. They are making it a worthy cause, a top cause. You're starting to see big dollars go there, but it's not enough, is it? No. So we're going to give you her information, PhD JoQueta Handy. We're going to put that up on the screen for if you want to contact her, reach out to her, talk to her, learn how you can get more information. Maybe it's your kid, maybe it's your neighbor's kid. If you want to learn what you can do to put all the odds in their favor, this is the woman to talk to. Thank you so much. We've got to take off and we'll be right back real fast.